And actually, so I'm feeling tired today. So which is why I'm thinking of finishing this episode for short time or for a brief time. And why I began to why I began to record this episode is that so creating episodes of podcast has become one of my customer, one of my routine activity. Such as the creation of the episodes of podcast is one of my stuff to do, which is that is so which means I think if you are grown ups, so most people commute to your workplaces or to their workplaces, and you to start with, so I think eating or having breakfast is controversial, but actually, so some people customarily, or some people generally have breakfasts in the morning, and after which they go to schools or they go to workplaces, and in the cases of some students, some students may eat or may have breakfasts when they arrived at, or after they arrived at their schools. In the case of students, or in the case of university students, such options can be possible. And but actually, so it's just like, not just like, it's like having breakfast. I mean, what is the same as having breakfast is recording episodes of podcast for me. And this time, so I'm exhausted, which is why, so which is why I was thinking of creating this episode, and which is appreciation of the sounds of blowjob forth, and using Chinese language that is translated into 口交音鉴赏第四次 is how to pronounce. And the notices, and I wrote notice in the description column of this episode, and the notices, and I wrote notice while writing. So I'm going to write a writing in the description column of this episode, and that is, so notice the sounds introduced in this episode are artificially created ones, and they are not real ones. Wait a moment, please. Let me check out the pronunciation of this Chinese character. And maybe this is. I think my pronunciation is correct. Yeah. So this is fine. So sang si, so which means si is the correct pronunciation. So wait a moment, please. Si, yes, it's alright, and it's over. Anything is fine for this one anyway. And at first, and here comes the sounds of blowjob. And at first, so I'm thinking of playing a porn video of old one. So this porn video is old. Wait a moment, please. So I'm going to play this porn video. And translating the title of this porn video is too great blowjob, or too good blowjob, which is the meaning of this type of the the title or of the name of this porn video. And this is an introduction part, so I'm going to shift to the part or the scene of blowjob. And by the way, wait a moment, please. And this is the sound of blowjob. And by the way, so there's a lady, and this lady who is sucking or who is stroking the penis of this porn actor. And this woman, what she said in the section or in the part of introduction of in this porn video or in her section, I mean. So this type or this porn video has some segments, and each segment has a porn actress or porn actress, and those porn actresses in this porn video are different to each other, and each segment has one porn actress and one porn actor. Please imagine such a situation. And in the introductory part in this segment she was speaking out something in Japanese, and what she said was so penises are pretty when they are written when they are when they got some dots in the positions of eyes, and they become similar to, or they become looking like salamanders, or wait a moment please, Mexican salamanders, which is what she has imagined is that she writes two black dots in the penis, and those positions are eyes, and which is how one penis can get similar to a Mexican salamander, which is what she was saying. And this as you all, so if you have heard of, or if you have listened to some episodes of this series, so I think you have already known the pattern or the routine or the regular course of this episode, and you can listen to this sound, or this type of sound, which is produced by ladies or by girls sucking the penises of porn stars or male porn stars, what I'm talking about. And this time I'm thinking of drinking a can of alcoholic drink, and which is why, so which is the same manner as Mr. Hiroyuki Nishimura, who is currently a YouTuber, and he creates videos while he drinks beers. And in my case, I drink. I'm thinking of drinking highball. And cheers. I spilled some drops. The taste is highball with lemon. And we should go to the scene of ejaculation. And this is the scene of ejaculation. And maybe he is ejaculating his own semen into her mouth, or into the inside of her mouth. And she poured the semen inside her mouth into her palm. And she licked the semen on her palm. She has a short hair. The length of her hair was reaching, or the tips of her hairs were reaching her own shoulder. The length of her hair was set. And her blowjob is not so interesting. So my favorite woman is this. She has long sleek black hair. Straight penis is good, which is what she said. Patterns are the same, and anyway, so time of ejaculation has come anyway. But actually, so I remembered, recently I've got a porn video of foreskin plates. Wait a moment, please. So, which one should I choose? Anyway. Wait a moment, please. I think this is good. This includes this is the thing of blowjob, licking the foreskin of a porn actor. And she is, well, her tongue is getting, her tongue is, is trying to intrude into the foreskin, or into the space between the glands and the internal side of foreskin. And she is normally sucking the penis. And that's great, which is what he said. It's good, which is what that person said. That man said. Maybe this pattern continues, so I'm thinking of going forward. So maybe she hasn't acquired the skill of inserting her own tongue into the foreskin. So which is why, she was inserting, and on the way in this porn video, she was inserting her own finger into his foreskin. But actually, everybody can do that. But actually, what matters is that so in the case of porn actresses or women who are thinking of inserting their own tongues into the foreskin, they need to insert their tongues into the foreskin, which is arousing for men. And I'm thinking of playing another one. How about this one? Is this? This is not blowjob. How about this one? Not this one. was doing well. She could, she was inserting she was inserting the tip of her own tongue into the foreskin, but actually, that's it in her case. So I think this can be much better. She hasn't successfully inserted, so I should choose other ones. Wait a moment, please. The best blowjob inserting the tongue of the lady, or the tongue of the girl into the foreskin is. Wait a moment, please. I'm looking for that type of porn video, and I have some porn videos. I have some porn videos. So it's this one, and this is the ones. Yes. She can successfully insert her own tongue into the foreskin, or into the space between the inside of foreskin and the outside of glans, which is what she has successfully done. And it's up to it's up to the foreskin of the foreskins of men, and it's up to the length of of the tongues of women. But actually, anyway, so what gist is that, so days before I created an episode in which I was saying that so inserting the tongues of women into the foreskins of men is not recommendable, but that is the level we and that is the level porn actresses should reach, which is such a stuff is what I was talking about in the episode I created days before. And anyway, so by the way, I'm creating this episode in the beginning of May in 2023. And I should go to, this pattern continues, and anyway, we should go to this. Maybe this has the scene of ejaculation, I think. This doesn't have ejaculation. Wait a moment, please. I have ones which has the scenes of ejaculation. I think this is good. This has ejaculation. This has ejaculation. Wait a moment, please. Yes, foreskin play is arousing, which is according to some people, inserting foreign stuff into the foreskin is is a trend. It's a recent trend, I mean. And something happened. Something happened to her? Nothing happened to her. Anyway. But actually, so trends are trends. But actually, so what matters is that whether that sexual. What matters is that whether that sexual play is good or comfortable for the partners or not, which is the most important stuff in the case of sexual intercourse, or in the case of sex plays or sexual plays. So if you find foreskin plays really great or really great or really arousing, that is fine. But actually, so some people may hate foreskin plays. So which is, and in such a case, so so those people should avoid foreskin play. Anyway, and this pattern continues. So maybe I should go to the thing of ejaculation. He is ejaculating his own semen, and her mouth left his cock just before the ejaculation. So which is why this can be a not denial, but spoiled orgasm, which can be a display of spoiled orgasm or stuff like that. How about, and she opened her mouth, and she is showing the semen inside her mouth, and that is mandatory. Showing the semen inside the mouth inside the mouth of porn actresses is a mandatory action, or it's a mandatory act. And I'm playing another porn video of the same porn actress. This doesn't make a good sound. Wait a moment, please. And so, alright. This is last. Yeah, I skipped other parts and other things, and I reached the thing of ejaculation, but actually this is not so interesting, and I think so there's a favorite porn actress of mine, and wait a moment, please. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is a blowjob. this is my favorite blowjob. You know, she doesn't look cute, but actually the sound of her blowjob is really great. And at last, I'd like to introduce this sound of blowjob to you. And she's sucking the penis of a porn actor, and this slapping sound is good in her case. The scenery. Maybe I should introduce her blowjob afterwards. After this episode, and I may introduce her blowjob someday, or that can be days after this episode or months after this episode. But actually, so someday I'd like to introduce the sounds of her blowjob in other episodes. And ejaculation has come, and she has poured the semen of the porn actor into her palm. And she said she had been busy for months, and which is why she hadn't experienced this type of blowjob for that duration. The end. I'm thinking of ending this episode and finally, and so the piece does matter. And why I'm using Chinese is that, so in the title is that, so I don't like fightings, and including physical fightings, and to the words like the last Ukrainian war, and it's still the time of last Ukrainian war, and I don't like such things. I love world peace, and of course, making money is world peace makes money, and which is why I love world peace, because I can make money more. Well, I can make money easier, or not easier, but more easily, and better than the time of wars. But actually, so not only, so that financial reason is not the only reason. That financial stuff is not the only reason. So what matters is that so. In the situation of world peace, people can become happier. Of course, not all the people can become happy, because each person has their own distinct thought circuit. So they have each people have their own distinct thought circuits. But actually, I think the opportunities, I think the opportunities of becoming happy have been given to everybody equally, which is what I think. And I actually, so I'm a non-native speaker of English language, which is why, so I don't think I can speak, or I can describe, or I can explain things well to sufficient levels. But actually, so I think everybody has some opportunities to become happy, or they have some opportunities of becoming happier, or becoming happy enough, I think. I mean, including black people living in Africa, and including East Asian people, just like I am living in East Asian countries, and including white people and colored immigrants, living in European countries and including European offshoots like the United States of America and Canada, but actually anyway, it's fine that everybody enjoys my episodes, which is how I can make money, and which is how people can become horny, or people can become better, or people can get better by listening to the sounds of blowjob, and which is through which I think people can go on each other, or keeping some good terms. I hope so. And what was I talking about? I was talking about the sounds of blowjob. It was the appreciation of the sounds of blowjob. And the title of this episode is Appreciation of the Sounds of Blowjob, Force. And the Chinese language, the Chinese title is read 口交音鉴赏第四次. And the notice, which is going to be written in the description column of this episode, is notice the sounds introduced in this episode are artificially created ones. They are not real ones. And I'm going to end this episode, so that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you.